Well, I have officially entered one of the most unnerving times of a parent's life, and that is that I have a teenage son who is going to start driving soon. So, if you have teenage kids, you've been through this before, good for you. I'm on the front end of it. And so, I've got all these different concerns. We've already started talking about safety, and we've started talking about how to change tires and all sorts of things that can happen while you're out on the road. So I started looking around a little bit. I wanted some kind of kit that I could keep in the car with him that had just the basics. I was thinking about jumper cables and a couple of other things. But when I came across this and looked at what was in it, I was not only surprised at how much stuff I had forgotten about, but I was really pleased with how complete a kit like this is. It got really good reviews, so a big thank you to the VCAN Active store for sending me a sample, not just to review, but to legitimately use. Especially as my son gets on the road. Now, I'm going to open this up and we're going to go through the stuff that's in it. And there is a lot of stuff in it. But before we even get to that, I did want to talk about the case that it comes in. So not only is it a good case, it's got nice zippers on it. You can tell they're not cheap zippers. The material is really good. But this just goes to show how well thought out this kit is before you even get into it, which is that it is this orange color and it's got reflective stripes on it, which means if you are out on the road and you need to put something up as some kind of warning to other drivers, you can always set the case itself down. So before we even get into this, I was impressed by the case itself. So let's open this up and take a look at all of the things that are in this. So before I even opened this and I started looking through the list of things that's included in here, I was stricken by how many of those things I would have forgotten to put in a kit. I may not have even thought about them. So I was very happy with how complete this is. And I'm just going to kind of real quickly unpackage this and we'll go through all the individual items. But for starters, it does come with a first aid kit. So that's something if you were planning on putting in the car, it's already part of this kit. It's got a set of jumper cables, which again is just essential if you're out on the road. They even give you a set of gloves if you are working something, changing a tire, doing anything that you want to have your hands protected. You've got a set of gloves in here. It comes with one of the tubeless tire repair kits. So these you can use if you are in a real pinch. You've got little plugs and you've got the rubber solution and you've got the all tool here. So you could actually patch your tire yourself on the road. This is back here as well. And it even has instructions for how to use it on the back. You've got bungee cords. Everybody needs bungee cords. We always need them and we can never find them when we do. So you've got a pair of bungee cords that are in this kit as well. It even comes with a little rain poncho. So if you're out on the side of the road changing a tire, you've got a little poncho in here. This is great. I was so surprised and so happy to see this in here. This is one of the emergency hammers. You can take the end off of this and you can actually break your windshield if you need to. And built right into this, you see this slot right here with the razor in there. You have got a seat belt cutter. So you've got this emergency way to exit your vehicle if you needed, again, right in the case. I also like the fact that it's blaze orange, so it's very easy to see. If you need it in a hurry, you'll be able to see that it's in there. Of course, we've got a little flashlight in here, which is very useful. It just takes a couple of AAA batteries, I believe. I'll check that. It comes with a tow strap. So if you have to get pulled out of the ditch, it has these tow hooks on both sides and it has the clips in here, which are very strong. And I can tell you that just by grabbing this right away, this doesn't feel like a cheap strap. This feels like a pretty good strap. You have got a 12-volt electric air compressor. Now, at this point in the video, if you're thinking, Is this stuff ever going to stop coming out of this bag? I don't know. I cannot believe how much stuff they put in here. But you've got a 12-volt electric air compressor that you could use if you're just off at the beach to fill up things like bike tires and balls and things like that. But you can also inflate car tires in a pinch. I thought this was pretty brilliant. They give you zip ties. These are just like bungee cords. You always need them and you can never find them. You've got a little emergency indicator for the road, so you can put this out on the road behind your car if you have to pull off to the side on the shoulder and change your tire. And then, as if all of that wasn't enough, and I can finally see the bottom with two more things in here, you have a tire pressure gauge, which is pretty essential. And it even comes with a little tool set in here, which I'll open up in just a second and show you. So as you can see, there is a lot of stuff that's in here. I probably would have remembered about a third of this if I was putting my own kit together. So again, lots of things in here. Let's take a look at some of this stuff. Now, there are a number of things in this kit that you don't need me to talk about. There's bungee cords and there are wire ties, pressure gauge, things like that. You don't need me to talk through that. And even the straps, the only thing I will mention is the stuff does look like it's really good quality. It doesn't look like a cheap toe strap. Everything else in here looks like it is pretty good quality. But I do want to start, let's just open up this tool set and see what is in here. And it looks like we've got all sorts of things in here, including, much to my surprise, is that we've got electrical tape in here. If you've ever been out on a road trip and needed to do some quick repairs, you know how important tape is. It's got a regular and a Phillips head screwdriver. It's got a nice box cutting retractable blade. It's got a set of pliers with wire snips in there. It even has a little power tester built right in here. A little miniature hammer, which is great. And it even comes with a tape measure, and a tape measure that has both metric and inches on it. So a very complete toolbox here, even though it's kind of a small kit. Now, the only thing I really wanted to mention about the jumper cables, besides the fact that there's plenty of length on them, is I was really surprised by these. I kind of thought these were going to be cheaper than they were, but they've got good, strong clamps with really good connections on here that even have the teeth on them, so you'll be able to grip on those posts really well. I was glad to see that the jumper cables were really high quality. And I already talked about this just a little bit, but I wanted to take this out of the package to show you. You've got this little emergency hammer. This piece on the end pops right off, and this is what you can use to break a windshield. And again, you've got this slotted area with a blade in there that you can cut through seat belts if you need to. And this also comes with a first aid kit, which every car should have in it. The first aid kit is fairly complete. It's got lots of gauze in here. It's got emergency blankets, so if you get cold. There's lots of other bandages in here. You can see there's Q-tips, there's pins, and there's tape. Even a little pair of scissors come in here. So for having in your car, this is a really great little first aid kit. In fact, it's the kind of first aid kit that you would probably just put in there, kind of a small one, just in case of emergency. And then finally, this thing comes with an emergency 12-volt electric air compressor. You can see there is just a Schrader valve on one side to hook up to car tires, things like that. If you wanted to just use this recreationally, you could put a basketball needle in here, whatever you wanted, fill up bike tires. And I also wanted to mention that the coating on this is really nice. It's got that really heavy duty kind of mesh coating on it, so it's not going to rip on you. And if we flip this around, you've got a little DC cigarette lighter plug-in for your car, so you can just use your car battery to inflate your tire if you need to. So somehow they got all of this stuff into a single kit. And I really appreciate how well thought out this is. Everything from the design of the case itself, which could be used as a reflector on the road, to just the thought that went into what should be included in a roadside kit. Again, I was looking at putting one of these together myself, and I was a little embarrassed after looking at a good one like this about how many things I would have forgotten. You've got toe straps, a first aid kit, jumper cables, a tool kit, a flashlight, tire repair. You even have an electric air compressor, a way to break your windshield if you need to, zip ties, all of these things plus more. I'm really impressed with this, and I would definitely get another one of these for another vehicle.